Hey guys, I'm Dupree, and today I am showing you how to shoot a curve shot or a masse shot in pool. Now, I did this tutorial a couple months back, but I know I left out some important stuff that left you guys wondering, so I'm going to try to answer pretty much every question I've gotten in the comments in this one video. So let's say we're in this situation where our regular shot is blocked by the 1. We cannot make the 9 to shooting straight at it because we're going to hit that 1. We cannot kick without masseing. If we don't masse kick, then we end up short every time. I even used maximum running English on that and we still couldn't get to it. We could try to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's pretty low percentage compared to this easy masse shot. So we're just going to elevate the back of our cue and hit the bottom right of the cue ball since we are curving to the right. We're going to aim about for the middle of this gap right here and bottom right and hit hard. And what that'll do is it'll put some backspin on the cue ball and some left spin. So as it goes up, let's see if I have a striped ball so I can demonstrate. I'll demonstrate with this. So if I hit right here, it's spinning backwards and to the right. So that means when it comes back, the backspin is going to take place and the right spin is going to bring it to the right. So always hit with usually it's going to be backspin, but sometimes you'll have top spin, but that's kind of weird situations. But backspin in the direction you're curving in. I always aim for a couple balls out of my blocker, and we're going to hit about a medium hard pace. If it curves too soon, try to elevate your cue less and hit harder. If it curves too late, elevate your cue more and hit softer. So don't change your speed and elevation like dramatically, just a little bit by each time. So here is this masse shot from a bunch of different angles, including a cue ball angle, and I'll try to get as many angles as I can for y'all so y'all can really take it in. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you the short masse shot. So let's say we are playing 8 ball, and we're on the 8 ball, and we have trapped ourselves behind this 1. So we're like that, and let's also imagine that our opponent's ball is blocking the kick. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, since I have it zoomed in a little bit. Yeah, you can see it. So they're blocking the kick. So pretty much one of the only options is to go like 2 rails down there, like that. But that's pretty low percentage. So what we're going to do is we're just going to elevate our cue more than last time. I'm going to have to switch sides of the table since my roof is angled like this. So when I actually do it, I'll transfer it to the other side. So we're going to hit really soft with a lot of elevation. So about 80 degrees of elevation, and here we're hitting back left spin because we want it to spin back to the left. So back left spin, really soft. Again, if it curves too much, too fast, try less elevation and more speed. And if it doesn't curve until here, then try more elevation and more speed. But it's also it's good to hit to where it's good to hit where it hits this rail, because this rail, since that left spin is bringing it this way, this rail is going to come back and it's going to make that 8 ball. So here is the shot transferred to the other side of the table with a cue ball angle. Okay, so I realized from my last video that a lot of people are concerned, as they should be, about how thick I'm hitting the cue ball, especially on those types of shots. So when I'm elevating a lot and I'm hitting with backspin, I'm hitting pretty thin on the cue ball, like only about a tip. So my tip is only, like, if you imagine from the edge to the top of your tip, that's pretty much where I'm hitting to get that backspin effect. And other people are like, if I follow through to my table, it'll hurt it. Not necessarily. Not if you do it correctly. In-game Masse shots are very common, and they hardly mess up the table. The only reason my table is so messed up is because of all the Masse cue trick shots. The Masse cue is really heavy, and I hit insanely hard with it. It speeds up to like 16 miles an hour. So that's the reason that my felt is messed up. But I've never messed up my felt by just doing a regular in-game Masse. I've never even left a mark on the table. You will mess it up if you do not, like, stop your tip at the table. So you want to make sure you follow through the table. That will not put a mark in it. You may see a tiny white dot, like, when I say tiny, like maybe a millimeter, but that goes away over about the course of a week. So again, thickness, I hit about from like one tip thickness when I'm elevated like this, like that. And then when I'm hitting with like a regular curve shot, I'm just hitting regular thickness, like regular if I was hitting with bottom left. And my cue kind of, when I'm hitting to the left, it goes to the left. When I'm hitting to the right, it goes to the right. It's just natural. It's just the deflection. So that is how thick I hit it, and probably one of the most concerned things. So now let's move on to some more extreme shots. Okay, now we're getting to the extreme Masse aspect. So we're going to take a rack, and we are also going to get what's called a Masse cue. Now a Masse cue is just made for extreme Masse. So it is shorter than a regular cue. It's a little bit thicker, and it's a lot heavier. And the tip is wider for more contact. So we are going to take a rack and a ball and separate the balls with the rack. Now I'm actually going to take a cue and put it like that. Make sure you're always chalked up when you're shooting Masse shots. You want like a whole layer of blue on your tip. So we're going to follow the same rule. We're going to hit with bottom right since we're spinning up to the right. I'm going to use the air bridge on this because table bridge is, you can't get enough speed and control on that. So only use table bridge like in games. If you're doing these like trick shot kind of Masses, then you need to use a Masse cue and use the air bridge. So there's two different grips. There is the American grip, which is like this. Just take it like if you're shooting a regular shot, and then elevate it up. There's also the European grip, which is just middle finger, like you're jumping with the dart jump. Just index finger, middle finger, and thumb, and they hit like that. I can't get enough speed on that, so I changed over to the American grip. So same thickness from the tip to the contact point, so just line those up. Bottom left, hit it hard, follow through the table. The cue ball should spin around that rack, go up, hit the cue, come back, and make the 5 in the corner. Here it is. Okay guys, so imagine now we're in this situation. I'm actually going to change these up to make it more realistic. Let's say we need to hit the 1 first, and we are blocked by the 2-5. Also, our 1 barrel kick is blocked by the 8. Now we could manipulate this kick with some spin, but that's pretty difficult. See how it just came right back? So what we're going to do is we are going to hit off of this rail, come up, curve backwards, and make that one into the corner. Now, if you look at it from the direction the cue ball is coming towards you, we are curving to the left. So we are going to use bottom left in this situation. So the left will bring it here, and the bottom will just lengthen that and bring it over here. So if it curves too soon, which is usual, you're using too much elevation and you're hitting too hard. I mean, you're hitting too soft. But if you hit right here, you're not using enough elevation and you're hitting too hard. So you got to give time for the spin to take. For this shot, it's better to only use just a little bit of elevation. Your table is probably going to be different, but I need about 30 to 40. So bottom left, I usually aim about here, if the ball is close to the rail, and just find my way with spin. I cannot tell you an aiming point because your spin is going to be different from my spin. Everybody's table is different. You're probably going to hit somewhere else each time on the cue ball. You can't really hit the same place 2 times in a row on the cue ball unless you get insanely lucky, because it's pretty impossible. But here is the shot. It is a tough shot, but this actually comes up in games very, very, very often. Here it is from a bunch of different angles. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that thumbs up button, that like button down below. And if you want to be notified when I post again, click that subscribe button and then the bell icon right next to it. That'll just let you know that I've uploaded some new content. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you learned from this video. If I left anything out, let me know in the comments section. If you want me to do a tutorial on anything else, let me know in the comments section, and I will try my best to do them. So far, I've done every tutorial in the comment section. So if you want to learn how to do something, just let me know and I can do it for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope this video helped you become a better pool player.